Hey, this is Kirk.
And this is Byrd. It's the Kirk and Byrd show. And we are excited to have Coach Ray Bills with us tonight. Coach
Randall Bills. Randall Bills.
For those that don't know, Coach Bills.
Don't worry about it, Coach. Coach, it's internet. She's all good. Bring her in, man. We're not regulated by the FCC. It's all good. Let her come in. That'll be the best moment. Bring her in. Come on. What's your name?
Sylvie.
Okay, Sylvie, come in. Sylvie, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Now, we just started this, but we got a little bit of an interruption. Is your dad and Battlefield going to win tomorrow against Hayfield?
Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
Right. Yes. Are you going?
Yeah.
You are.
I'm
You
leaving
have school
super.
tomorrow. What are you doing?
I'm leaving super early.
You're leaving
Okay.
early.
That's cool.
Sweetheart, what grade are you in?
First.
You're in first grade. Okay. All right.
That is awesome.
So we're going to let you go, but what does your dad need to do with his team to win? Can you tell us?
When they're trying to make the shots, he has to be super quiet.
Yes.
Quiet on the free throws. Got it.
That's right.
And the other one.
Excellent.
Okay. So he needs to shoot a high percentage. I got it. He needs to stay calm. All right,
Bye-bye.
Sylvie, have a good night.
Sylvie.
Go.
So adorable.
Yeah, Coach.
Hey.
Like I said, we both have three. I have two boys in the door.
I got three.
The other one made it asleep. The other one made it asleep before we started.
All right. So Rusty, set Coach up.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, so Coach is been the head coach of Battlefield for 4 years now. 5.
8.
Oh, wow.
8.
Okay.
Yep.
Head coach for 8 years. Okay, but you and this is your first time going to the state finals. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and you've had an amazing season. And this is without having getting a chance to look it up, but I looked up before. You've only got 6 losses on the year.
Correct.
Yep.
So, yeah. Do you want me to talk about them?
Yeah, 4 of them were to Patriot, right?
Correct. 4 of them were to Patriot. One of them was the South Lakes, the first week of the year, and then we played Champ mid-December when that spike was going up, and we had 4 of our 10 healthy kids that were either tested positive or contact trace, close contacts. Yep. So we played Champ with 6 kids and a JV kid that I had to pull up, so we had another body.
Wow.
So I mean, we call it the COVID game. But yeah, we I think we've deserved and earned to be here, and I know everybody wanted the Hayfield Patriot game except for everybody in Haymarket.
Right.
Well, guess what? It didn't happen. And by the way, we want to congratulate Patriot on an amazing season.
Yeah.
And I think their team will look back and see how amazing it is, once this Sting pulls off. We got a guy from our hometown, Dwight Vick, whose son Isaiah Vick is in the team. But
I reached out to Coach Rivers the day after just to let him know, like, hey, look, like, you guys had an amazing season. Your kids, please tell them how remarkable what they did was. It's tough now, I'm sure, and eventually they'll look back and be okay.
Yeah. So, Coach, I went through your season, and you lost to South Lakes early.
Yep.
Okay. And then
another semifinalist.
Yep.
Right. State 6 division.
A very good team. Mike Desmond does a great job over there. To age myself, I used to watch Mike in high school when I lived in Reston before I got married. I adopted South Lakes. Used to go to all their games. I saw him play at Chantilly. And then you lost to a very good John Champ team.
Yep.
Then you've got 4 losses to Patriot. And we had a debate with our mutual friend, all 3 of us, Julian Brown.
You were on his show.
On the show. I just watched it to prep for this. Thanks, Julian. But we're going to meet him tomorrow. I haven't met him yet. So, if you look at your season, it's been very successful. And we had this debate going, do you want to play a team the 5th time? And I was like, no. And, that's all up there. But to set things up, and we'll go back and talk about the Patriot game, but I'm going to do it a little different. We're going to do it a little different. And let's look forward. You are on a roll. I mean, Manchester was favored to beat you.
Yep.
Okay. And then you beat an amazing Patriot team in an unbelievable environment. I have not been down there, Coach, to Patriot.
Cool.
Rusty, I told you one night, it's just,
I've been.
It's probably the best venue. And
I saw them play champ there.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about, we were talking off camera about your watching film, and you're going to be at VCU tomorrow. Both of us have it behind us. We're very excited to go. But let's talk about this tremendous opportunity for Battlefield, which no one was talking about. Battlefield has the opportunity to be the state champion tomorrow. Tell us about, man, you must be, woo. Tell us about how's it going.
Well, when we finally when the buzzer went down in Patriot, people are asking me to explain that emotion, and the one thing that I came up with is you're walking down as a child down Christmas, and that present that you asked for 4 or 5 months is there.
That is an awesome feeling.
Just the excitement. And there are pictures of me that I wish there wasn't pictures, but I'm glad there's pictures of the emotion so that I can relive that, after this is done and over with tomorrow, to look back and feel that emotion again. So yeah, it was awesome. And, we're hopefully not done yet.
Coach, we also, I think it was when you're prior to the first time you talked to Julian, did that question come up about playing somebody 5 times, and Julian doesn't like for somebody to say, oh, it's hard to be somebody 3 times, it's hard to be somebody 4 times, oh, it's hard to be somebody 5 times. Well, I was the guy when we was on our shit. I said, Julian, it's hard to beat somebody 5 times.
Right.
So what was your thought on that? And I would just say one other thing, Coach. We've had football coaches on this year, Stonebridge. A lot of teams that win the state championship, teams that were undefeated, teams with 1 loss. And I've coached a lot. I mean, not at your level, Coach, but I coached my son's youth football team. We won a championship, APYFL. I coached Benton, my son's football team at Benton. We went undefeated.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But and won, so 2 undefeated seasons. But I'm always a little nervous when we're going undefeated. I don't want to lose, and I didn't want Patriot to lose, but I was always like, it would be, it would be kind of okay to lose in that regional final, just so you can refocus the kids, or the district final, somewhere where you can point out an era or rejuvenate them, because it's hard, man. It has got to be hard.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, being the 2 best teams in the district, I mean, well, first off, you're going to play each other twice in the regular season, right? That's a given. And then if you're the 2 best teams in the district, you're going to play in the district final. So there's 3 that are unavoidable, right? That's going to happen. And then, with the region tournament, depending on how the bracket shakes out, right? There's a little bit, but still they played Patriot, we played Woodbridge, we played the 2, we played the 1, they played the 2. We both played the best team of the other conference, on our brackets, and we faced each other in the region tournament. And we knew going into it there was a possibility that we could play Patriot for a 5th time. We're looking at it early. We see the bracket for BHSL, and I was like, all right, well, regardless if we're 1 or 2, we have that chance to play for a 5th time, and as the losses started to pile up, we got to that point in the region final where, we were down 27, and it's like, okay, we're either going to lose by 40 or we're going to go out fighting, and we cut it to 2. And
wow.
That kind of showed me a little bit into Patriot, right? When you come back in a 8 to 10 minute span, I was like, okay, if we get to see them again in the state tournament, we got we got to do these few things
Right.
and to give us a chance, right? Like,
Right.
you know, when you go over to Patriot, there's six, right? The five that are playing, and then the fans. Like,
Yeah.
in that it is a deafening noise.
Right.
And you know, one thing I said to the boys at the end of the third quarter was, not only did we cut the lead at half, but we also silenced the crowd. And you know, that was like a big kind of momentum change for us to kind of propel us into the fourth quarter, you know, to make that happen. So,
Yep.
you know, if we got to play them 6 times or 7 times, you know, because that's how the brackets are, then so be it. I mean, you can only play who they put in front of you.
Right.
So, well, back to Benton real quick. Did you coach when Joe Graysick was the principal?
No, this was just, my son's in 11th grade, so this was just 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I wasn't in the school system. I work in the federal government, and I just showed up and helped out. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So my buddy Joe is the principal at Benton, so that's why
okay. That's the principal I may not know. I just knew.
Oh, no worries. I figured I'd, you know,
Right.
give him some love on here.
Yeah.
So, Coach, we are Rusty and I are going to be driving down to Richmond tomorrow, and you know, we're really looking forward to it. We geek out. I mean, high school is so pure now. I mean, college has gotten convoluted with the transfer portal and pros. I don't even know half the guys playing. We grew up with the Lakers and the
Celtics,
Celtics,
the Pistons,
Sixers,
Yep.
and the Pistons, but high school is still so pure. And that game against Patriot was just amazing. So, you know, my question for you is, you're facing an undefeated Hayfield team that, quite honestly, I just did my research. Nobody's picking you. So
nobody's picking us here.
well, that's going to change in a couple minutes. So,
please don't.
Oh yeah. Right. So, Coach, what are you going to tell your team facing, by the way, and Coach Poindexter has a great team, runs a great program. We have a lot of respect for him, and so does the whole region.
Right.
Tell us about, you know, your trip down there, the locker room. You know, this brings me back to, you know, Gene Hackman playing Coach Norman Dale and the way he talks to his team. You know, Coach, tell us about, you know, this once in a lifetime opportunity that you, your kids, their parents, all the kids involved, the coaches' wives, you know, what are you thinking about on that bus ride down to Richmond?
Just trying to, you know, enjoy that moment down. You know, we'll stop in Fredericksburg, get some food, you know, get out, you know, walk around, and then, you know, head down and just kind of get there early. You know, let the boys walk into VCU and just watch their eyes light up, you know, because maybe they've been there to watch a game, but now they're going to play on the floor. Like, you know, and back in 2016, when we went down there for the Final Four, we didn't have that opportunity because there were some bus issues and some power outages at the restaurants we were going to go. Like, it was a nightmare. So I wanted to make sure that didn't happen again. And, you know, going into the locker room, like, I've never been around a team that, if you are serious pre-game, like, it's almost like you can't. There's jokes. They like to keep the mood light. Yeah. And like I said, you know, at times, like, you get it, but then, like, it started to be like the normal. And it wasn't like I've been around that ever. Playing in high school, playing in college, you know, coaching at Robinson, coaching here, like, it's just not a normal thing. You're like, are we bad? Like, what's happening? Like, are we not doing our job? And, you know, but then it started to be like the thing that we started to pick up on as coaches. And we were like, maybe that's just how this team is. You know, we go down to Manchester for the state quarterfinals. Right. And we went to Cosby before, and they're playing knockout before the game. and just to keep them loose. And then they were like, "Hey, coach, is it okay if we play knockout at Patriot?" And I'm like, "Do what you got to do." Like, normal coach would be like, "No, why are you playing knockout right now?" But knowing the guys and just being around them for so long, like, you understand kind of what gets them going. And so we're sitting there at the 25-minute mark and playing knockout before the game, while as fans are walking in, and they're probably like, "What are these guys doing?" So the guys are, we're going to play a little bit of knockout in the locker room. I'm going to bring my little hoop that you can put on the back of the door. We got a couple of basketballs, and we're going to make it happen. And, you touched upon the family, and, I know every coach's family, is a different dynamic and all of that. But, I'm going to use this now to thank my wife and my kids for the support throughout. It's been 4 months.
Hey, Coach, don't worry about it. I was going to cover the wife thing anyway. So.
Oh, okay, good. Well, it's funny. It was about 2 nights ago, maybe 3 nights ago, after I think it was the Tuesday after we beat Patriot, and she goes, "Hey, do you know what?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "It's the 20-year anniversary of her state championship."
Wow.
So I'm like, "Oh,
that's really cool."
Put some more pressure on us. She like, she won a state championship. She was the pitcher for Atlee softball.
Local lady.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you like Virginia girls. We know you got good taste in women. We like that. All right.
Although she did go to UVA.
My daughter graduated from UVA. I'm a tech guy. We're all good, man.
All right.
I went there for grad school, so we're
there you go. We're all good.
So yeah,
Coach, what's your wife's name?
Her maiden name was Casey Smith.
We don't care about that. She's taken now. So
Casey Bills.
So Casey Bills. All right.
Well, I don't know if you were going to do some research on her and the Richmond.
No, that's okay.
She actually, it's funny too, like, to full circle this, she beat my DSA when he was the head coach at Stonewall. So she,
Unity Reed, right?
Yeah,
right.
Well, yeah, then Stonewall, but yeah,
right, sure, yeah.
So it's kind of full circle there with that. So,
and by the way, Rusty, I want to let you go. I do remember a year that Atlee won the state championship in softball, so that's good to hear. Yeah. Go ahead, Hudson.
All right, so Coach, I one of the things, going back to what you were talking about with the kids being loose, today's kid is different than the way we were probably all raised and coached, and I'm glad to hear you say that you and your coaching staff acknowledged and you went with that flow. Again, not a varsity coach, but I've coached track for the last 15. I've coached football, and coaching my daughters, even youth soccer and everything. But today's kids are a little different, and you can't. It's not that you can't coach the way you want to coach and make them adjust, but being able to adjust to each team, what they're going to bring. Now, next year's team, you may not be able to have that do that the same way, but being able to adjust and see what makes them tick, I think that goes a long way. And clearly, it shows to me that you got it in terms of coaching. Did that come naturally, or was that something that you kind of learned over the years?
Oh, definitely a learned trait. You come into coaching and you're like, okay, well, I used to be able to do this. Why can't you do this? Like, and you have to learn how to speak to the kids and how to figure out to get them to do what you used to do, but in a different way that you were taught. So then you come over and now you throw COVID in there, and now it's like a completely different kid that you're dealing with on the floor over the last 2 years. And, it's a lot of conversations between, myself and the kids, my assistants and the kids, and then, the coaching staff coming together is like, all right, what'd you talk to them about? Okay, this is how they're feeling. And, we try to promote for the kids to be able to, before practice, like, if you got anything that's going on, school, girlfriends, whatever is going on, just communicate that with us. And, we won't be as hard on you in a particular situation because, we know something's going on, because they're kids and they have lives outside of the basketball court. So
Yeah, I will say, Kirk, I know you want to, but I do want to say one thing. I played, my high school coach was a notorious, like just hard old school. I'm playing high school football in the early mid 80s, and he had won 2 state championships in the 70s. But I'll tell you this, he was hard and he had things to go his way, but he changed. And we talked about this on a previous podcast with some of my former teammates, when there was this skinny little kid named Allen Iverson got there.
Yeah, and he was good, right? He was good.
He was pretty good. Allen was a little different, and he kind of did things his way. It took him a while to sometimes kind of do it the way that the coaches wanted. But I know there were stories where he was kicked off the football team and he came back, and kind of same with basketball. But I'll say this: my coach grew from that experience, and he was able to adjust, his style and what he was understanding, the way kids were a little different, and then just some of the background things we went, and we were able to win a football state championship, and a couple months later win a basketball state championship. And I tell you, the place I saw it the most was when John Thompson changed a little bit about how he did things when Iverson got there. And so sometimes you're not trying to, you just, things are different. It's not like when John Thompson was in high school. It's not like when any of us. And so things do just kind of, and you're evolving, and that's why you are where you are.
Thank you. There, we try. That's why we're here, right? For the kids.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, a couple of public service announcements, and then I got something that I pull on all the coaches. All right. Don't get nervous. All right. So my Virginia Tech Hokies, Rusty's brother played linebacker for Virginia Tech. We defeated Notre Dame 87-80. We're going to face the UVA North Carolina winner, which I predict we're going to win. All right. Second of all, our podcast is called The Kirk and Byrd Show, BYRD. Everybody watching this, we want all the Battlefield kids to check us out. Please subscribe. And also follow us on Twitter. We're following you on Twitter. And it's at the Kirk and Byrd, BYRD. We're constantly tweeting during games. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing live updates via Twitter, and those type of things. So here's the drum roll. All right. Okay. This is going to tell me what kind of coach you are.
Oh, no. All right. Hold on. Do I get a moment to process, or is it first go?
So the question is,
no, be quiet. I need that. No.
Hold on. No, listen. Coach, if we were up in the park and you had first pick, and there are 10 guys, nine guys for you to pick from, who would be your first pick, me or Kirk?
Can I
have this right, Coach?
Have I seen you play before? Are you standing next to each other? Who's taller?
Coach, I'm 6'3" and played varsity basketball. He's 5'2" and did not play basketball. No, he's like
5'7". I played, but
you ruined my big question. All right, hold on.
Coach,
you dig me.
Easy one. That's fine. Coach.
All right,
I was just
so Coach. Here we go. I asked this of coaches. Coach Struthers down in Menchville. God bless, they lost to Maury, and Maury's playing tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing them and meeting some great people. My question is this, very calmly.
All right.
Can you win the state championship tomorrow?
Yes.
Bam! I love it.
Yes.
I don't like, well, we're going to have to see.
No.
And my thing is, you damn right you can win it. You got a good team. You beat a great team. Let's face it. You know as well as everybody else, Hayfield is favored. And Coach, if I was in your position, I would want your position, not Hayfield.
Absolutely.
Undefeated.
Favored by 20 points.
Right.
Right. The pressure, but obviously they're going to be ready. Carlos isn't going to not let them be ready for this.
No, and he's a great coach.
Absolutely.
So why don't we transition to tomorrow's game, the keys to the game, what you need to do well against a great team. And then, once you get on the floor, coaches always talk about, I need to concentrate on my team. What does Battlefield need to do and execute on very, very well tomorrow to bring that championship?
Kirk, you're not paying attention. His daughter already told us. Come on.
I know. Somebody else is getting ready to do it too.
Gee, okay.
She's awesome. I mean, obviously we have to handle the pressure. So we went over some things over the last 3 days to kind of prepare us for those after watching the film, and some teams had some successes at certain points. We have to make sure that we do our job on the glass on both ends of it, on the offensive and defensive side. And that's kind of been where we've separated ourselves from some teams. And then hopefully the perception, the depth perception at VCU, it favors our shooters. So I think if we can see a couple of those go down early, I think that's going to be a difference maker just for our mindset. To give us that confidence to get that happening. And then defensive side, we got some things up our sleeves that we're gonna keep internal, and you can watch them tomorrow.
Ooh, teaser! I like that.
Coach, you guys have played great, all year. I think I would, again, just to reiterate what's been said, I think you guys are in a great position. I think people just looking at you see Hayfield 31-0, and you may see that you guys have 6 losses, but that doesn't tell the story. And I think you guys played a tough schedule. I think you're clearly you're going to be prepared. And I'm just looking I think it's going to be great fun. I watched the Washington Liberty game in South Lakes. And in those teams, they were in it. They were definitely in it. And so I think if you play your game, you absolutely can win. And so I would love for you to bring that trophy to Prince William County.
I would love to too. I will hug it. I will hug it the whole way home.
Yeah.
Here we go. I picked Hayfield to beat Patriot. By the way, we had a panel of 5.
Everybody picked that.
Right. But I didn't. Hold on. We didn't pick Patriot, or we didn't pick Hayfield to beat Heritage. Therefore, okay, I am picking Patriot to upset Hayfield, and I'm not just
Patriot. You mean Battlefield?
Man, I'm sorry.
You're picking Patriot. All right.
Man, I'm pretty good about that. You called him the wrong first name.
Ray. He called me Ray.
I'd rather get the team wrong. Don't do that with a girl, by the way. All right, so Coach, I'm picking you to win, but the thing that I think that's big is just to stay in the moment.
Absolutely.
And your kids, just take it all in. Let go of the outcome. Rusty, I've said this so many times. Let go of the outcome. Trust the process. Execute.
That's what these kids have done.
Right.
We played champ at our place, and we were down 20-10. And I'm like, it's okay. They're shooting the shots we want them to shoot. They're just going in. Like, It's not going to continue. Nobody's going to be on fire for 4 straight quarters. Like, it's just not going to happen. And, and that's what these kids have done. They have quote unquote for Joel Embiid, trust the process.
Good. So, Coach, do you have dinner scheduled?
I haven't thought that far. When we came back from Manchester, we had what did we get? Domino's or Papa John, one of those two.
Oh, okay.
On the way back. I think we'll kind of play it by ear. Obviously, I think all the parents will be down there.
Right.
I can't imagine if your son was playing in the state championship that you wouldn't be down there. Unless you're traveling for work or whatever the case may be. But
right.
I think it's something that we didn't want to plan because we weren't sure how things, were gonna shake out, and we'll hopefully be celebrating after.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we do too. We hope that's the case, Coach. And so, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to being at the game, enjoying that atmosphere, and we are definitely pulling for you.
Or if you see me and I don't see you, come up and say hi, please.
I'm sure we'll.
We're not shy, and we know Sylvie's probably going to talk to you about some rotation and backdoor.
Yes.
And
listen, bigger championship is on Saturday at 11:35 a.m. It's the 2nd, 3rd grade girls championship game. So
Oh, is it basketball?
Yeah, she's on the team. We'll say that.
That's all that matters.
I know. I'm one of the assistants.
I was getting ready to say, are you on the coaching staff?
I am. So we had practice on Wednesday night. So we put in some things for the championship game, and hopefully we can celebrate 2 championships on Saturday night.
Rusty can put some lipstick on and probably play for you.
Hey, Coach, I coached. I had a similar situation. I coached my daughter, and my kids were really good friends with Tamika Dudley's daughter, Kendall Dudley. Okay. Tamika, I don't know if you know, she was the Woodbridge coach, and now she's at Sidwell Friends. She just named Women's Coach of the Year and her place High School Coach of the Year. But when our kids were playing soccer and basketball together, I was the head coach one year, and Tamika was my assistant. Okay?
That's awesome. That's great. I love it.
So I was the head coach, and I had Tamika. I would listen to some of the things she said, but yeah. So
well, it's soccer, basketball.
Yeah. No, this was basketball.
Oh, this is basketball. Okay.
The girls played travel together, but Kendall was the only girl one of 2 girls on my boys' Eastern Prince William Basketball League team. Okay. So Kendall was the best player on our team of mostly boys. That's awesome. And she's getting it done now. I think she's number 4 girl in her class 2024.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the article that they did.
Yeah. But, hey, all right. Good luck.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we have access. We have media access, so we'll be able to definitely talk to you.
Okay. Awesome.
And I just wanted to tell you that congratulations on a great season.
Thank
you. I hope you and the boys and all the parents, everybody in the program, it takes a lot. You're talking coaches' wives, you're talking trainers, those parents driving down to Richmond. We want to wish you the best of luck. I'm picking you to win, but regardless of what happens in this game, letting go of the outcome, you and your kids are winners. And when you have that championship, we want you to give us 15 minutes tomorrow, because we're gonna, do a little interview. So we're gonna be a little selfish. But Coach,
you can have 16. You can have 16.
16?
Yeah, 16.
We'll take it. But hey, Coach, best of luck.
Thank you.
Really looking forward to it. It's an exciting season, and let's go down there. Let's execute.
Make it happen.
Let's make it happen in the world. And tell your guys if they need any music. We can text them to you later, because we know the music that gets you pumped up. We're old school. All right, Coach.
All right, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, Coach. We appreciate you.
See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
Take care. God bless. All right, Kirk and Byrd's out.